Hey folks, something I wanted to do a quick video on is volunteering and volunteering specifically within the event industry. There's a lot of, mixed thoughts, mixed feelings around this, and I've been asked while giving talks a couple of times in the last couple of months to give my opinion on it. So I think volunteering has always been a big part of the event industry, and it probably always will be. But I think there's a few important elements, both for students or people looking to get into the industry or looking to get volunteer experience to remember, and a couple of things that organizations who may be taking in volunteers need to remember as well. So, my thing on volunteering from the student perspective or the person doing the volunteering has always been it's a great thing if it's of benefit to you. So if there's a particular type of role you want to get into and you have an opportunity to volunteer in that role, that makes some sense. If there's a particular event you want to work on because of, networking, the others that are working on it, the work you might get from that work, that might make perfect sense. But I think what I've seen a lot of times is people just year on year, for instance, consistently volunteering, so working for free at the same event in the same role. Now, unless you're very sure that's exactly the role you want to spend the rest of your career in, I'm not sure there's great value in consistently year on year, same event, same role, and not getting paid. So, from an individual perspective, make sure there's benefit to that role that you're volunteering for, genuine benefit. Okay, and from an organizational perspective, I think we as employers, as organizations that may take in volunteers on some events, need to treat our volunteers like they're any other staff member. So look after them well from a welfare perspective. Maybe they're pure volunteers, literally no pay. Maybe they're getting pay to some degree, or maybe they're getting travel expenses, or maybe, who knows what it is. But from an organizational perspective, we have to treat you as the volunteer as if you're any other staff member. So we have the same legal duty of care to you, which is very important and what is the thing that often gets missed during the volunteering thing. I do think volunteers are a big element to the industry. There are huge events that genuinely probably wouldn't happen without the volunteering cohort. Look at things as big as the Olympics in 2012 in London, where the games makers, which is what they call the volunteers, are still talked about, still remembered. People still talk about the experience they had at that. There are huge tech conferences, I think, globally that wouldn't run without volunteers. So I think it'll always be an element of the industry, but it has to make sense for the volunteer, genuine sense. It can't be a cul-de-sac. It can't be the only type of work you're getting is consistently volunteering for your own sake. And then the organization has to treat you like staff, look after you, and understand that we have that legal duty of care to you, the same as we do paid staff members. Interested to hear what you think. Thanks very much.